Today I'll be doing a journal review on Pray, Plan, and Prepare, a book for strengthening spiritual and practical survival skills by Melanie Belser, who also has made many other journals, from sermon notes, a place to record the dash between your life, we wear many hats, lined journaling planner, and also regular composition books, which can be custom made with different pictures on the front. These are all very good journals, but today we're gonna focus on this one, which is a way just to better yourself and to learn. You can talk about the things you have learned already, and also talk about the ways that you need to strengthen from first aid and safety. And it also talks about the biblical spiritual references. Here we're talking about first aid and safety, and it talks about the physical importance, biblical spiritual references. It gives you examples. It's very nice. It's a good way to strengthen your faith in your relationship with God, while also making yourself and your health better, and learning different ways just to strengthen that relationship, because we all always want ways to better our relationship. If you're religious, you always want to strengthen that relationship, and sometimes we might not know exactly what to do. We might not even be aware of certain things. We might not even get it. This is just a better way to understand the word and to better your life, and to also acknowledge your growth by writing down what you already know and the skills you might need to develop, the way to master your skills. Here it talks about survival skills, which in times where there's might be storms or anything could happen, you are gonna need these survival skills. And overall, it's just a good way to it's a good way to know these things in case of emergencies, especially if you live in certain areas where y'all have bad weather, tornadoes, anything like that. You can look at these herbal remedies, basic first aid in case anybody ever hurts themselves, or just ways to take care of things at home and not let it get worse. Here's our ways to travel. There's using a compass. Lots of us have forgotten how to use compasses, which in times of emergency, hiking or traveling, is very helpful. It's just nice little things to look out for, especially if you like to travel. And even if you don't know how to travel or go hiking, camping, whatever it is, this is a good way to inform yourself more and just to look out for yourself. Here's the ways to preserve food, why this is the biblical reference, and then methods, and then things I have to learn or need to learn. And there's a lot of these. There's things you might not even know. See, do you know the steps to earthquake safety? Most of us probably won't, because in school, the most we learn, especially if you're from Georgia, most of the time all we get is the severe weather warnings, and that's all we know. But what about after the earthquake, the hurricane, whatever it is over? How are you going to preserve food? How are you going to get these herbs? How are you going to do first aid? See, hurricane preparedness. These are important survival skills that most of us do not know. Here you can talk about the ones you need to master. And it isn't just about you. It's about your family, too. And there's lots of these for you to write in. And just like the one we talked about before, I went over this review about the legacy, a place to record the dash between your life. We already went over this one, and both these books have very helpful things. This one talks about emergencies or strengthening your relationship, your faith, the different biblical references, examples, methods. This one is a book story for whatever loved one you want to give this to. It talks about their relationship with their parents, recipes. Both of these tie in together pretty well. It's both ways to better yourself, your relationships, and overall, it's just very helpful. And this just, I like it. Most of us don't have many survival skills. This talks about healing medicine, farming and gardening, hunting and fishing, navigation and travel, shelter building, waterproof and preserving clothes, food preservation, the mental and stress management, tracking and understanding animal behavior, and knowing how to recognize scat or other signs of nearby animals, which right now you might not understand the importance of, but in any emergency that could happen at any moment where you aren't prepared, this is a nice book to look back at and be to just survive, and just methods to better yourself, not only with God, but surviving, your way of living. Even if you get sick, even if it isn't like a situation where you need lots of first aid, it's very nice to know how to prevent infections, especially if you don't have access to internet. We're gonna need some type of physical copy, and you're gonna want this. So I think this is very helpful, and I recommend it.